Today we will discuss performance and discharge. Once two parties create a contract, it becomes their obligation to carry out the duties they agreed to or outlined in their contract until the contract is considered discharged. This is Dan. Dan owns ABC Restaurant, which specializes in juice. Bill tells Dan he will give him $6 for a 12-ounce glass of orange juice. Dan agrees, and as agreed, Bill comes in the next day with his $6 and gives it to Dan. And Dan has a 12-ounce glass of orange juice, which he gives to Bill. They have both fulfilled their terms of their contract and performed the duties laid out in their contract. This is an example of full performance, also known as perfect or complete performance. Every story ended so great, but since we live in the real world, let's go over some of the other types of performance. Remember Bill? Bill told Dan he would give him $6 for a 12-ounce glass of orange juice. Dan agrees, and as agreed, Bill comes in the next day with his $6, and Dan has the orange juice. But what happens if Dan only had 10 ounces of orange juice for Bill? It's less than the 12 ounces they agreed on, but not enough for Bill to cancel their contract. It's a slight deviation to the original contract, making the non-breaching party, Bill, still liable to pay. This is called substantial performance. This is not a material breach, which we'll get into later. Now let's rewind and go over satisfactory performance. Satisfactory performance has conditions that need to be met before the other party has to carry out their duty. They must also perform to the other's satisfaction. Let's say instead of regular orange juice, Bill tells Dan that he will give him $10 for a special drink not on the menu and will pay the $10 if he likes it. So Dan gets to creating. He makes him a drink, but Bill says it's a little too sweet. The next he says is not enough orange juice, and so on, until Dan finally gets to a drink Bill likes. Bill pays the $10. Based on their contract, Bill did not have to pay for the drink until he was satisfied. This is satisfactory performance. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's discuss what happens when Bill and Dan have the agreement that Bill will pay $6 if Dan gives him 12 ounces of orange juice, but Dan doesn't produce a cup of orange juice and Bill never comes in with his $6. This is discharge by non-performance. If both parties do nothing, then they both owe nothing. However, one party can still be in breach. This is called a material breach. We've successfully gone through discharge by performance. You did a great job. Now that we've finished our drink, let's move on to discharge by conditions. The condition is usually a clause in a contract that will start or stop the duty to perform. The condition can be expressed or implied. We'll discuss that further. An express condition is stated either written or orally, but gives specifics to the details of the contract. If Dawn contracts with Ann to wash her car every week on Sunday, it is expressed that on Sunday Dawn will arrive and wash Ann's car as stipulated in their contract. Well, what happens if it rains all day Sunday? Does Ann expect Dawn to come and wash her car if it's pouring outside? Probably not. This is what is called an implied condition because although it is not stated in their contract, there is an understanding that it is not practical to have a car washed in the rain. There are three types of conditions: condition precedent, condition subsequent, and condition concurrent. We'll discuss each. Condition precedent is a type of expressed condition. With this type of contract, something has to occur in order for the contract to begin. So, if Barbara says she'll mow John's yard if he fixes her son's bike, the contract will not begin until John fixes the bike for Barbara. Condition subsequent is the opposite of a condition precedent because the contract is started once it is initiated, but it will end once an event occurs that will then terminate the contract. It will end the party's duty to perform on the contract. An example of this would be if Sue agrees to dye Maya's hair if she brings hair dye. If Maya shows up without hair dye, Sue is not obligated to perform her duty. The contract is terminated. Great job. Just remember, those are only two types of discharge: discharge by performance and discharge by condition. You did awesome.